but to see clearly without interference. When you sit before stimulation, the mind rebels. This rebellion reveals the truth. You are not restless. Your mind is undisciplined. An undisciplined mind fears silence because silence removes distraction. Distraction hides weakness. Shaolin training does not hide weakness. It exposes it early, gently, daily. Stillness is a mirror. When you sit unmoving, thoughts rise like dust in sunlight. You see greed. You see fear. You see impatience. You see identity clinging to stories. The untrained person fights these thoughts. The Shaolin observes. Observation without reaction weakens the mind's tyranny. This is internal kung fu, not fighting thought, but refusing to obey it. From stillness, breath becomes the bridge. In Shaolin teaching, breath is the carrier of intent. Where breath goes, mind follows. Where mind follows, energy settles. Where energy settles, power accumulates. Uncontrolled breath scatters energy. Scattered energy creates fatigue. Fatigue creates emotional instability. This is why the master says, if your breath is chaotic, your life will be chaotic. Intentional breathing is not calming down. It is aligning internal systems. Slow breath teaches patience to the heart. Deep breath teaches stability to the nervous system. Controlled breath teaches obedience to the body. The Shaolin does not ask the body how it feels. He instructs it, not violently, not aggressively, calmly, repeatedly, without negotiation. Breath is how command becomes accepted. Then comes movement. In Shaolin philosophy, movement before thought is sacred. Why? Because thought is polluted by memory. Movement is present. When you move the body before the ego wakes, you move before fear organizes itself, before doubt gains language, before comparison arises. The body does not lie. It resists honestly. It adapts honestly. It strengthens honestly. This honesty builds trust. Trust between mind and body is true power. A person who trusts their body does not panic under pressure. A person whose body obeys intention does not hesitate. Movement teaches submission to discipline, not submission to another. Submission to principle. Principle does not argue. It does not explain. It simply is. Shaolin training is built on principle, not motivation. Motivation rises and falls. Principle remains. Then comes creation. In Shaolin thought, creation is not productivity. Creation is expression of alignment. To create before consuming is to say, I speak before I listen. Not from ego, from sovereignty. If you listen first, the world defines you. If you create first, you define your position in the world. This is why monks write, reflect, train, or chant before interaction. They establish inner order. A mind without inner order becomes a warehouse of other people's thoughts. Creation organizes identity. Consumption dissolves it. Shaolin discipline always protects identity first. Then intention is chosen. One intention. Why one? Because divided intent divides energy. Divided energy weakens spirit. In Shaolin teaching, spirit must be gathered, not scattered. Many goals scatter spirit. One intention concentrates it. The monk does not ask, what will I achieve today? He asks, how must I be today? Being precedes doing. Doing without being is empty action. One intention creates internal coherence. When inner state is unified, outer action becomes sharp. Finally, silence returns. Leaving the morning unannounced is not secrecy. It is containment. In Shaolin philosophy, power leaks through speech. The one who speaks early leaks energy. The one who explains leaks certainty. The one who seeks validation leaks authority. This is why masters speak little and act deeply. Internal discipline matures in privacy. Roots grow underground. Only weak trees grow branches first. Silence allows energy to condense. Condensed energy becomes presence. Presence becomes impact. This is why Shaolin strength feels heavy without aggression, calm without passivity, silent without weakness. All 7 habits are not habits at all. They are one system, a system that trains sovereignty over reaction, authority over comfort, stillness before chaos, breath before emotion code, action before excusal, intention before ambition, silence before recognition. This is internal discipline, not for applause, not for speed, not for image. Most people ruin their life before breakfast, not with big mistakes, but with small, noisy habits they repeat every morning without awareness. They wake up already reacting to notifications, to worries, to yesterday's failures and tomorrow's fears. Before the world even speaks to them, they hand over their focus. But the disciplined ones, the ones who move quietly and progress relentlessly, they do something different. They don't chase motivation. They don't rush the day. They don't announce their plans. They build power in silence. Morning is not just the start of your day. It is the command center of your life. Change how you begin the morning, and you change how the world responds to you. These are not loud habits. No one will praise you for them. No one will notice them. But if practiced daily, they will reshape your discipline, your focus, and your destiny. These are the 7 silent habits that revolutionize mornings, not through force, but through mastery. 1. Wake before the world wakes you. Discipline begins the moment you open your eyes. If your first action is reacting to the world, you are already behind. Waking early is not about time, it is about sovereignty. In those quiet moments, you reclaim ownership of your mind before demands invade it. 2. Sit in stillness before seeking stimulation. Before sound, before screens, before speech, there must be stillness. A mind that cannot sit in silence will always search for distraction. Stillness trains awareness. Awareness trains control. Control creates power. 3. Breathe with intention, not accident. Most people breathe unconsciously and live unconsciously. Conscious breathing anchors the mind into the body. It slows chaos. It sharpens presence. One controlled breath in the morning can prevent 1,000 reactive decisions later. 4. Move the body before the ego wakes up. Morning movement is not about appearance. It is about alignment. When the body is disciplined early, the mind follows. You teach yourself daily that comfort does not lead, discipline does. 5. Consume nothing before creating something. If your morning begins with consumption, your life will follow the same pattern. Create first. Write. Reflect. Plan. Even one sentence created in silence builds self-respect. Creation strengthens identity. 6. Choose one intention, not many goals. A scattered mind is a weak mind. Instead of chasing 10 tasks, choose one intention for the day. Not what you want to achieve, but who you must become to face the day with strength. Clarity reduces noise. Noise destroys energy. 7. Leave the morning unannounced. Do not explain your routine. Do not post your discipline. Do not seek validation. Power grows in privacy. The strongest transformations happen when no one is watching, until results speak on your behalf. Now let me explain above 7 habits in detail. 1. Wake before the world wakes you. Before the world wakes you, you must wake yourself. This is not poetry. This is power. Most people believe waking up is a physical act. Eyes open, body moves, day begins. But that is not waking up, that is being activated. Activated by alarms, by obligations, by fear of being late, by pressure created by others. True waking up happens before all of that. When you wake before the world, you are not gaining extra hours, you are gaining command. Command over your attention. Command over your emotional state. Command over the direction of your life for the next 24 hours. The world is loud because it is confused. It does not know what it wants, so it screams for attention. Notifications, messages, demands, expectations, all competing for one thing, your mind. When you wake early, in silence, you are not escaping the world. You are meeting yourself before the world can distort you. This is where discipline is born. In those early moments, nothing is asking you for anything. No one needs an answer. No one is watching. No one is judging. And this is exactly why it is so uncomfortable for most people. Silence exposes you. Without noise, you hear your thoughts clearly. Without urgency, you feel your lack of direction. Without distraction, you confront your habits, your weaknesses, your excuses. That discomfort is not a problem. It is the training ground. Waking before the world forces you to sit with yourself without entertainment, without validation, without escape. It teaches you to exist without being stimulated. And a person who can exist without stimulation becomes dangerous not to others, but to mediocrity. Most people are addicted to reaction. They feel alive only when something happens to them. They wait for messages, opportunities, motivation, signs. But when you wake before the world, nothing happens to you. You happen to the day. You decide how you enter it. This is where identity begins to shift. You stop seeing yourself as someone chasing life. You begin to experience yourself as someone preparing for life. Preparation is silent. No applause follows it. No instant reward arrives. And that is why it builds real strength. Early mornings teach you something brutal and honest. No one is coming to save you. No one is responsible for your discipline. No one cares whether you improve or remain the same. And, strangely, this realization does not weaken you, it frees you. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop waiting for the perfect mood. You stop blaming circumstances. You wake up because you decided to. You sit up because you chose control over comfort. You stay awake because your word to yourself matters. This is self-respect in its rawest form. Not confidence, not motivation, respect. Every time you wake before the world, you place a quiet vote for the person you are becoming. No one sees it, but your nervous system remembers. Your subconscious records it. Your character absorbs it. And character is built when no one is watching. There is a reason ancient warriors, monks, and disciplined leaders valued early mornings. Not because mornings are magical, but because resistance is minimal and honesty is maximal. The ego sleeps longer than the body. Before it wakes, excuses are weak. Before it wakes, fear has no script. Before it wakes, comparison does not exist. You meet yourself before your masks come on. This is where clarity forms. In the early hours, thoughts slow down. Not because you force them, but because there is nothing feeding them. No opinions, no drama, no artificial urgency. Your mind returns to its natural rhythm. And in that rhythm, you begin to see what actually matters. You realize how much of your daily stress is unnecessary. How many problems are borrowed from others. How many ambitions are driven by validation rather than purpose. The early morning strips life down to essentials. Breath, body, awareness. From this simplicity, strength emerges. Waking before the world also trains you to delay gratification, a skill that determines the trajectory of a life. You sacrifice comfort now for control later. You resist the warmth of sleep for the warmth of self-mastery. This decision echoes throughout your day. A person who conquers the morning is less likely to be conquered by distractions. A person who starts the day with discipline does not collapse at the first inconvenience. A person who practices control in silence carries authority without speaking. Others feel it. They may not understand it, but they sense it. There is calm in you, a steadiness, a grounded presence, not because you are better, but because you are prepared, and preparation changes how life treats you. Opportunities arise